Today, we are going to learn the development of canal and railway system as a result of industrial revolution in Britain. So let us move into the topic canals and railways. First of all, let us see why canals were built. Canals were initially built to transport coal to the cities. Initially means in the beginning. Canals were built in the beginning to transport coal to the cities. As you all know, coal was essentially needed for smelting, for burning, etc. And because of that, they had to carry coals from mines to the cities where industries were located. Now, transportation of coal through road was very costly. It was very expensive and also very slow. It took so much time to carry coal from mines to cities. So it was expensive and road transportation system was not very efficient. Then the demand for coal was increasing day by day as industrial energy or industries were depending on coal energy for heating and lighting of homes. Okay, that is for industries they needed coal and also for homes they needed coal. The first English canal known as the Worsley Canal was constructed by James Brindley. The first English canal was constructed by James Brindley in the year 1716. Why he constructed that canal? Not for transporting the passengers, but for carrying coal from the coal deposits, from the mines to the cities. For that purpose only, he constructed Worsley Canal. And where is this Worsley Canal situated? It was near Manchester. And because of the coming up of Worsley Canal, the price of coal fell by half. The price went down. Otherwise, through roads, if you were carrying coal, it was very expensive. With the coming up of Worsley Canal, it became very cheap. So you can see the picture of James Brindley, and you can also see Worsley Canal, which was constructed in 1761. And a small information on James Brindley is given here. He was an illiterate person and he could not even spell the word navigation. But his creativity, his memory and concentration helped him to construct a canal. Okay, so that is James Brindley for you. Okay, Worsley Canal, the first English canal, was constructed by James Brindley, who did not even have a formal education. And canals afterwards, a lot of canals came to be constructed in Britain, and mainly it was built by big landowners to increase the value of mines, quarries or forest on their lands. That is, big landowners had huge acres of land, as it is written over here, and they had mines in their property. They had quarries, that means rocks were there. Then forests were also there. So mines, you can mine out the minerals, dig out the minerals. Quarries, you can take stones for building purpose. From forest, you can take the timber. So if you want to carry all these materials to cities, you need a well-developed transportation system. And roads, as I told you before, very expensive. So people started thinking of an alternative, and with the coming up of Worsley Canal, they found that canals are inexpensive. So big landowners, what did they do? They started at their own expenses. They started digging canals. They started making canals so that they can carry minerals, rock, timber from their property to cities, so that they will get profit. They can sell minerals, they can sell the rock, they can sell the timber, etc. So others can come to their property and collect. The confluence of canals created marketing centers in new towns. Confluence means junction of rivers. So many rivers were going to and fro, and wherever the junction were there, wherever the meeting points were there, it resulted in the formation of marketing centers. Markets were coming up. The city of Birmingham started growing because of a huge canal system. A developed canal system existed there, connecting London, which was the biggest city. Then, so the canal system connected which all things? It connected London, it connected Bristol Channel, then the Channel, it connected Mersey, and it connected Humber rivers. London, Bristol Channel, Mersey, and Humber rivers. It connected, the canal system connected the big city London, Bristol Channel, Mersey, and Humber rivers. That is, you can carry material from the interior area to the big cities London, and you can travel through the Bristol Channel. You can travel through the Mersey and Humber rivers because of the coming up of the canal system. From 1760 to 1790, 25 new canal building projects began. The period known as Canal Mania. Canal Mania means an excessive enthusiasm to construct the canal. That is what we call mania. Excessive enthusiasm to construct the canal, that was known as the Canal Mania. So a lot of canals were coming between 1788 to 1796. People were constructing canals enthusiastically. So you can see cities here. Birmingham you can see here. Then you can see Bristol Channel you can see here. So important places are given in the map. Then London City you can see here. So it connected all these places. Okay, Birmingham. So it connected London, Bristol Channel, and Humber, Mersey rivers. So the first steam locomotive, which was known as Stephenson's rocket. George Stephenson invented first steam locomotive, and it was known as Stephenson's rocket. Came in the year, or invented in the year 1840. So now railways took the place of canal. So why people preferred railways over waterways? It was available throughout the year. Canal system, if there is no water in canal, you cannot transport. Then it was congested. A lot of other problems were there. And because of railways, you can transport goods throughout the year. Rain or frost or snowfall or drought condition, whatever the situation is, you can transport goods from one place to another. It was very cheap, not very expensive, and very fast too, compared to waterways and roadways. So, and also it can carry passengers and goods. So two inventions took place along with the coming up of railways. That is, the iron track came into being instead of the wooden track, and also haulage started. Haulage means commercial transport of goods for marketing the goods. That is, goods were taken from the production areas to the market. So these two things came during that period of time. Haulage, that means commercial transport of goods. That is what we call the haulage. So this is the first steam locomotive, Stephenson's rocket. This is the first locomotive of George Stephenson. Now, the invention of railways took the entire industrialization to a second stage. So first, canals contributed a lot for industrial revolution. Now the invention of railways took industrialization to another level, to the second level. In 1801, Richard Trevithick has devised an engine called Puffing Devil. Okay, that is like a locomotive only. He invented a device called an engine. No, device an engine called Puffing Devil. It pulled trucks around the mine where he worked in Cornwall. Then 1814, a railway engineer called George Stephenson constructed a locomotive called the Blucher. And what was the specialty of that Blucher? It could pull a weight of 30 tons. That much weight it could carry. And it was moving at a speed of 4 miles per hour. 1 mile is equal to 1.6 kilometer. So almost 5 kilometer you can say per hour. 4 miles per hour. So this is Richard Trevithick. It is his Puffing Devil engine. George Stephenson and his Blucher. Okay, this is his Blucher and this is his puffing devil. Okay, puffing devil and Blucher, invented by George Stephenson, Richard Trevithick, puffing devil. Now, the first railway line, which all cities were connected. The first railway line connected the cities of Stockton and Darlington. Stockton and Darlington in the year 1825. The first railway line connected the cities of Stockton and Darlington in 1825, and it had a distance of 9 miles. And this first railways or engine connected or completed, the distance was completed within 2 hours. It had 9 miles, but it completed the journey. The engine completed the journey within 2 hours, and it was having a speed 24 kilometers per hour, 15 miles per hour. And the next railway line connected Liverpool and Manchester. Okay, Liverpool and Manchester in the year 1830. Let me see whether it is there in the map. Liverpool and Manchester. You can see Manchester over here, Manchester city over here. So it was nearby only Liverpool and Manchester. It connected the two cities, Liverpool and Manchester. Two cities it connected, and within 20 years, the speed of 30 to 50 miles an hour were usual. Now, let us analyze the problems of canals. Why people started giving up the canal waterways or canal transportation system, not canal waterways. Why they gave up canal transportation system? Congestion of vessels, that is, lot of boats, ships, boats were traveling through the canals, and so it was congested. It was highly populated. Lot of vessels were moving, and because of lot of vessels, it was not very easy to move very fast. So it was moving very slowly. The vessels were moving very slowly. Then if frost, if flood, snowfall, flood, water, drought, all these things, if it happens, then you cannot use the canal every time. Okay, if all these disasters occur, then you cannot use the canal. So it had limited usage. And because of that, railway got prominence or railway got importance. It was very convenient than the canal system of transportation. So about 6,000 miles of railways was opened in Britain between 1830 and 1850, and most of their it occurred in short bursts. What do you mean by short burst? Occurrence. So if an event occur suddenly, a sudden outbreak, that is what we called a burst. So two short bursts occur. One is Little Railway Mania. Mania means enthusiastically if you are doing something, that is desire to do something enthusiastically, that is mania. The bigger mania, so Little Mania and bigger mania. So a lot of railway lines were constructed. That is why it is mentioned as mania. Okay, that is people had enthusiasm to construct railways, and railways again, they were constructing a lot of railways. Okay, that is 1,400 miles of lines was built between 33 to 37 and 44 to 47. 9,500 miles of lines were constructed. So a lot of distance was covered in the second phase. First phase 1,400, second phase 9,500. So first one, since it was only 1,400, that is why it was known as Little Mania. And second time it was 9,500. Because of that, it was bigger mania. And they used vast amounts of coal, iron. The large number of workers were given job, and because of that, construction and public works industries were at its maximum. There is roadway construction, railway construction, then building construction. Construction industry was growing very fast, and most of the England was connected by railway by 1850. So these were the important developments took place in canal and railway transportation system. Hopefully you understood. Thank you.